Okay, I applaud that, but it's like, do you have friends that you feel comfortable actually telling the truth to? Maybe she doesn't trust her friends enough to tell the truth to. So she's like, my man and me are good over here, mind your business, but really she's not. Hey! We are the sheep of love. Oh, yeah. What's up, y'all? Hold on, just let me get this. What's up, everybody? We're back for another video. This week we're reacting to episode 2 of season 2 of Euphoria. I want to hop right into it. I don't want to, tickle your taint. I don't want to dangle anything in front of anybody's face. So I want to get right into it. So let's recap last week real quick. Oh, first things first, Nate got beat to a bloody mess last week. He got pummeled to the ground. Elliot is a new character. He came out of nowhere. Seems cool. I don't trust Elliot. I just don't. Like, sir, why do you have puppy dog eyes doing lines of cocaine in a laundry room? I don't trust it. We gotta look back into Fesco's childhood and upbringing and got to see the humane part of him and where he came from, which was nice. I wish we get that with some other characters, which I hope that we will. Jules and Rue reunites. They saw each other at the party. They talked a little bit. I feel like everybody else's storyline is just, and Rue and Jules is just kind of, in layaway. Yeah. Cassie is sleeping with Nate, which is her best friend's current / ex-boyfriend. Drama. These kids are scandalous. This does remind me of high school. High school on Hollywood level. Maddie and Cassie are hauling Nate off to the hospital right now after he just got his face redone. He was caught slipping, some would say. Nate likes Cassie, and he's having these fantastical moments where he's seeing his life with Cassie, and he's like, I really like Cassie. I think I love Cassie. Cassie is also having the same kind of fantastical, crazy, dreams as well. Rue thinks that if Nate would have met, Cassie before Maddie, he probably would have been with her. Apparently, Maddie brought out the worst in Nate, and Cassie probably could have brought out the best in him. And I don't know if I agree with any of that. Because no matter who Nate would have ended up with, it would have been a problem either way. I don't feel like either one of them would have been able to handle the type of situation that Nate was going through. Nate needs help. All these kids need help, okay? They all need therapy. Zendaya put out a tweet saying now how this new season was gonna be for the grown folk, and she was not lying. There is a lot of naked bodies. This little clip where Cal, Nate's dad, is diving between two cheeks having lunch. I won't show it. He comes to the realization that that little fantasy can never happen because Maddie has that tape. Maddie has this power over him and his family that he kind of has to bow down and keep her happy. Otherwise, baby going to TMZ. He's having like this seemingly panic attack with all these visions and all these thoughts. There's like this point to where, like, I don't know if his life is flashing before his eyes, but if he's having like a cry for help on the inside, and it's like either one of two things happen. The psychotic part of his brain like kicks on, like how we see in the Joker, or he gets like a shot of morphine because he is in a hospital, but he goes from like this very disgruntled look on his face of pure despair to straight up euphoria. And I think that means something. A lot of things, What do you guys think that means? What do you guys think is the significance of that close-up? Let me know in the comments. Next, we kind of take a little trip into the psyche of Cassie's background, a little bit over that, I guess it'd be winter break that they had. She realizes that she's not good mentally. She realizes that she's never been single. She confides into Maddie and says that she thinks she wants to give abstinence a try. And Maddie is like, please, no, you can't do abstinence because you love to be loved. Like, you like the attention too much. It's not even about the sex. For Cassie, it's just about the fact that she likes being wanted and she likes being loved. And so Maddie's like, no girl, like, abstinence is not gonna work for you. That's Cassie's motif, bumping skin. Cassie is all over the place. She's depressed. She's not really, taking care of herself. her mind is everywhere because of Nate. Meanwhile, Maddie is fantasizing about, you know, getting back with Nate. I don't know if him getting hurt in the hospital made her heart a little soft, but now she's, you know, wanting to be in the bed with him in the hospital, wanting to take care of him. I believe she's wanting to pretty much, you know, give it another shot. And Nate is over there being Nate, being who he is. Nate are sending her these F-boy texts that are like, I thank you for taking care of me. I love you always and forever. And Maddie is eating it up. Maddie. She's eating it up, she is loving it, and she's sharing it with Cassie. And Cassie's like, oh yeah, that's good, best friend. Cassie's over here in turmoil on this side, hearing all these great things that Nate is saying to Maddie. Nate is basically
strumming her pain with his finger, killing her softly with his song.
Maddie's running around and gloating how beautiful and sweet Nate has been to her. I mean, it's giving heavy cognitive dissonance across the board. Mr. Editor, can you let the people know what cognitive dissonance mean real quick?
I don't see why not, JaCoby from the past. Sure. Cognitive dissonance, the state of having inconsistent thoughts, beliefs, or attitudes, especially as relating to behavioral decisions and attitude change.
Basically, yes. You pretend that whatever the issue is, it doesn't matter to you because it doesn't align with your beliefs. It doesn't fit, I guess, the realm that you are trying to make it be. And so you just kind of detach from it and just kind of live in your own, I don't know. Nate is out of the hospital. On the way home, his dad is playing Mr. Interrogator, and Nate is like, Pops, leave it alone. Don't worry about it. It happened. I'm good. Let's just go home. Cal is like, no, son. I'm gonna find out who did this to you. Only I'm allowed to hurt you, nobody else. Nate's mom is like, I could totally see how somebody would want to stump Nate's head in. Like, that's my child. Mom knows that this attack was probably provoked. That's my son. I know that he probably deserved that. Cassie hasn't let the sun set before she is losing it over Nate. Nate's like, I can't see you right now, and she's freaking out. She's so lost in the sauce. She's having another cognitive dissonance moment where she's outside in front of the kitchen window and her mom is watching her freak out and she don't even notice. And her mom is like, Lex, what's wrong with your sister? People are starting to realize that something's going wrong with Cassie. Nate had to basically tell her anything, whatever she wanted to hear, just to get her off the phone. He was just like, look, all right, I'll see you tomorrow. Just hang up. She's like, okay, Nate. He also had to bring her back to earth and was like, look, you need to chill. If Maddie finds out about this, you know, she'll spend the rest of her life trying to kill me, but she will actually kill you. Let us not forget that if Maddie finds out about this, Cassie's done. Cassie's good and gone. Let's not forget Maddie's from the streets. Maddie is about that on sight. It's starting to show because Cassie's like all over the place. Like, of course, Maddie's her best friend. She's starting to see that something is up. She don't know what it is. She's not sure exactly how the pieces fall, but Maddie knows that something is not right. Rue sees Cass hopping in Nate's trucks on her way to AA, and she's like, that's weird. See, now they're getting sloppy. Now they're getting real sloppy. Nate and Cassie are out there driving around, and Maddie calls Nate. Nate doesn't answer. Maddie FaceTimes. Come on, Maddie. Maddie FaceTimes Cassie. Cassie doesn't answer. So now Maddie is like, interesting. So during this drive, Nate takes Maddie to this secluded area. She thinking that they're gonna go on some kind of nice date, and you know, she looks over at his demeanor and can tell that, okay, this is not a date. What's wrong with you? So we're not going to Vegas to get married. Nate drives into this secluded, I guess this construction site building houses where they go up there, and he basically tells her like, look, we can't be together. This has to stop. Leave me alone. I'm sorry to do this. I can't see you no more. Cassie gets mad. She gets out of the truck. She runs into the house. Nate follows her. He finds her in the construction site, and they proceed to do things that grown folks do. And then Nate looks at her and he says, how are you ever gonna look Maddie in the eye again? You little sociopath, how are you gonna be able to look Maddie in the eye again? Like, he is a manipulating, like, Nate is something else. Nate is something else. I still don't hate the guy. I still don't hate the guy. I think he needs a redo. It's back in school. Rue and Jules are in the hallway smooching and loving on each other, and then out of the corner of her eye, Rue sees Elliot coming, and she's like, oh dang, that's right, I forgot. I did meet you the other night, and you do go to this school. Damn. First thing she's thinking is like, please don't come over here saying anything about us doing drugs, okay, friend? You seen with my lady right here. But Elliot is also looking kind of surprised, like, oh, okay, so she likes girls. He's also processing this information right here. So Elliot finally walks up to them. It's awkward as hell. It's really awkward. It's you know, Rue is mumbling over her words. Jules is looking at both of them. Jules is like, one of you like each other. She knows something is going on. Like, she knows some kind of connection happened between them. And it's crazy awkward, especially for the fact that Rue and Elliot have been hanging out tough. They've been doing drugs for the past 5 days. Jules confronts Rue about Elliot. She's like, hey, do you have a crush on Elliot? Rue is like, to herself, he just gives me drugs. That's it, you know. Elliot kind of sees this little fight that they have, and he's like, oh my God, was that my fault? Trash. Rue's like, yeah, kinda. But anyways, it is what it is. Elliot responds, we should do drugs. Yeah, they all know what's up. Toxic. Rue and Elliot are hanging out tough. Elliot is supplying her drugs, basically. So, of course, they're spending a lot of time together. And she confides in him, and she's like, look, I do drugs because it's the only time that I feel like I can be myself. And it's like, damn. That's a moment of vulnerability that Rue kind of has with Elliot, who is this stranger, but kind of like this brother in the addiction. There's a bond there, and so I feel like Rue is looking for a true friend, and Elliot has these ulterior motives in a weird type of way. He even has this reaction when she talks about how she immediately fell in love with Jules. He kind of scoffs, and I'm just like, it's just, I don't know, it's giving like sneaky. It's giving like you're pretending to be nice, but you're really a fuckboy. Let's see how the season goes. I hope I'm wrong. I do hope I'm wrong. And then Elliot says something profound. Do you think it's a good idea that we're friends? I don't feel like we're gonna bring out the best in each other. Duh. I'm like, okay, so he has some realization that this isn't a good union, that this may not be the best for them. And Rue is like, I made my peace with it, I'm good. Rue shows up to the NA meeting high, and everyone knows it. Ali knows it instantly. Side note, I love Ali. Ali's my favorite character out of the whole show. I think he is just that positive, real, gritty, I have a past, this is my present type of individual. And I love him. Mr. Bingo's work outside of this is phenomenal. Ali drives Rue home and is like, I'm gonna meet your mom. And Rue's like, what? No, you're not coming to my house. And Ali's like, yes, I am. If there was a 54-year-old crackhead dropping my child home, I would want them to come and introduce themselves. So that's what he does. But Rue is afraid that he's going to basically tell her mom that she's relapsed, she's still doing drugs. But he doesn't. He doesn't. She asks him, how is she doing? And he basically says, she has a long way to go, but so did I at her age. And her mom, he didn't lie, and he didn't throw her under the bus. He did what needed to be done. And that's why I freaks with Ali. I love Ali. I don't think Rue knows what she has in Ali. I feel like he is a huge necessity in her life, and I really hope she doesn't mess that up. Next up, we finally see the issue of Kat and Ethan's relationship. Ethan is just not fulfilling her needs. Wow. High school kids, they're in high school. That's crazy. I think many adults could relate to this, unfortunately. Ethan isn't giving what needs to be given. Ethan is giving Curious George takes Cincinnati, and Kat wants King Kong climbing the Empire State Building. Ethan is giving Ed, Edd n Eddy, Comedy Central, Dexter's Laboratory, and Kat wants Adult Swim. We know this because Kat goes into this fantastical imagery of her laying in bed, and then, you know, Ethan getting up to go to the bathroom, where he's impaled with a sword by a giant Game of Thrones Dothraki Doritos look-alike, and she's all,
what are you doing? I loved him. What are What do you want?
I hollered when I saw that. I hollered. However, you know, although she is feeling this way internally, to her friends and to her homegirl, she's like, Ethan got this on lock. Ethan is handling all of this. Don't worry about what's happening over here. Ethan is taking care of business. Okay, I applaud that, but it's like, do you have friends that you feel comfortable actually telling the truth to? Maybe she doesn't trust her friends enough to tell the truth to. So she's like, my man and me are good over here. Mind your business, you know, but really she's not. So now we move on to another good part of the show that I really like this episode is where they kind of micro zoomed on Kat's psyche and her insecurities about hating herself. Kat is dealing with these emotions like, I don't love myself, I can't get out of bed, and you know, she just met with, you know, you should love yourself, tap into the woman that you are, do all these great things, right? Here's the thing, here's my thing about this, is that literally it's the key. That is the remedy, is accepting and loving yourself. That is the root key, right? But because we're just in a world, man, that wants, you know, harmful capitalistic society grabs a hold to something, it just turns it into this thing, and it diminishes the truth behind it. It diminishes the actual meat of the meaning behind it. It does more damage than it does good, and you can see that happen time and time again. And this has happened with this toxic positivity movement, where it's like no one is there listening, no one is there actually paying attention. It's just like, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. And I'm glad they touched on that, because it's something that needs to be seen. The actual key, I believe, to a lot of, you know, turmoil is the key of loving yourself. How do you do that? That is the journey that you have to make as an individual, whatever that looks like, and then creating who you want to be and who you are. That's loving yourself, right? That's what I believe it is. The message is being missed in the madness, and I can't stand it. I can't stand it. So because Nate won't tell Cal who beat him up and why, Cal decides to go on his own investigative hunt. He's now sitting in the living room at Cassie and Lexi's house with their mother, and he's like, what do y'all know? I know you know something, and you're gonna tell me what you know. I'm not leaving without you telling me. Basically trying to muscle these young girls and their mother like the scumbag that he is. And Lexi's like, I don't know nothing. I don't know. I didn't see it. I'm sorry, Mr. Cal, Mr. Jacobs. I didn't see it. And then Maddie's like,
yeah, I didn't see it either.
Looking stupid, nervous. And Cal's like, no, I'll trick. You know something. And basically he's like, look, I can go get the cops over here real quick. We can go through phones and we can figure out what happened. She just remembers that she sent Nate a text about really loving him, or like really liking one of their hookups or something like that, and Nate was like, don't ever text me that again. Paper trail, like Nate knows what's up. Because she thinks about this, she's like, but Cassie defends her snitching on Fez by saying, well, he almost killed Nate. That was his decision. And I'm just like, okay, I want to see her keep that same logic and energy when Maddie finds out that she's banging her boyfriend. We'll see. Lexi is now enters the stage of conflict. Lexi is the observer of the whole group, right? You don't really hear too much about Lexi. She's mostly just there observing. It's like she doesn't have a backbone. She wishes that she could stand up more. Like she sees how Rue is spiraling down, and she wants to be that friend to Rue where she's like, girl, like get it together, or like, you know, I want to call you mama. And she doesn't. But she's reaching her limit. She's like, hold on. I am that girl. I've always been that girl. And you hoes were sleeping on me. Child, she got done up in this little Shania Twain outfit with red lipstick, hair blown in the wind. So she bosses up and she decides to drive. Rides. Because remember, these are children. So she's riding her bike over the Fez and she's like, look, I need to warn you because my sister just snitched on you and this guy could be looking for you. I'm just here to warn you. She gets to the gas station and she sees Faye. She doesn't know who Faye is and she's like, who is this? Immediately she thinks that they're an item and she's like, are you guys sleeping together or are you? Side note, Faye has been staying with Fez because she needed a place to stay after getting in trouble with the police. She apparently pushed the owner of the last hotel she was living in off a roof because he was abusing her or something like that. I don't know. A mess. She's just pretending that she's there to buy a drink and she's like, what? Like what do I do? Before she could actually turn around, guess who's walking in the door? That's right, Mr. Smith & Weston himself. Cal walks in and basically they have like this little stare down. Fez is like, I know you, but I don't know you. And then Cal is like, she didn't tell you who I am. He's just like, I'm a concerned father. Basically saying to Fez, I see you and I'm coming for you. And Fez is like giving him the look too. Like Fez is like, hold on, nuck if you buck, homeboy. Also, little did he know, Asher had a little special something in the Lucky Charms box waiting for that ass. So he eventually stares him down and then he kind of walks out and he tosses some money and then he leaves. And then Fez kind of follow him outside and kind of watch him drive off. And I'm just thinking, okay, Cal, this generation ain't like your generation. They will stump you. Cal, these kids will hurt you bad. In the last scene. So Nate comes home after being out with Cassie in the house, and he walks into his father sitting down on the couch and is like, you want to tell me why there's a drug dealing kid walking around beating you up? Nate is like, God damn it. Okay, you want to do this? Let's do it. Remember my underage classmate that you were boinking? Well, she told her best friend then told her drug dealer, and now they are threatening to go to the police and tell them that you like to have relations with little kids. Cal is shook. Cat's got Cal's tongue. He don't know what to say. He goes to apologize, and Nate is like, I don't know. No, it's a little late for that right now. I need you to just chill out. Cal goes to apologize. He's like, well, I didn't know how old she was. I didn't know that she was and Nate was like, yeah, well, and she also didn't know that you were recording her. So now his focus goes to, I need to find that tape. He's like, Nate, do you have it? Nate, do you have it? Nate, do you have it? And Nate is like, wait a minute. Nate realizes that now he may have some leverage over his father. It's about to get nasty. And that's pretty much how episode 2 ends. My predictions for next episode, Cal is going to reach his limit. I don't know how it's going to happen, but Cal is going to reach a limit to where he's not going to be able to take this anymore. Something's going to give to where he's going to snap. Cal's going to snap and do something that he regrets. I can feel it coming up very, very, very soon. Nate will indeed hang these tapes over his father's head just to have that power. Something next episode is going to happen with Fez. I don't know what it is. I'm hoping that it's not anything too drastic. It may not be next episode, but it's gonna be Jules, Rue, and Elliot are going to be in a throuple. I think Maddie is on the verge of finding out. Maddie is on the verge of finding out that Cassie was the one in that bathroom. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your thoughts of this crazy episode, guys. We in it. It's getting raunchy. This is why I love this show. I love this show because this show is a lot. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak stomach. It's not for people who aren't good at thinking outside the box. It's not for people who aren't good at looking at other perspectives of life. This show is real. It intertwines a lot, and I want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments below. Leave your predictions, sound off down there. Like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notifications, and join us same time next week. I love y'all. 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 Be blessed.